Hi. In this video, I'll be showing you the different filtering features available in our different Aid4Mail editions. We'll start off with our Aid4Mail converter license. It is our most basic edition, and it's mostly used for converting between email formats or collecting from cloud accounts. If you open up the filtering section, you'll see that the first option is the source folder selection. This allows you to select different folders or deselect folders based on your criteria, and here we can do that. And then secondly, you have the post-acquisition filtering, and there you have the option to skip duplicates. With skipping duplicates, you can either skip duplicates within a single folder or across the entire collection, or conversion. So if you click on App, then go to Filter, you'll see here duplicates, and you have the detection scope, and you can either select it across all folders or in the same folder only. So now we'll just close out the app settings, and that's all the features available to you in the converter license for filtering. So we'll now move over to the investigator license. So I'm going to go to File, Change Edition, and we'll use investigator license. It is in trial mode, but you still have all the features available to you even in trial mode. So I'll just open that up, and we still have the filtering available. So with Aid4Mail Investigator and Enterprise, they have the same filtering capabilities between them. So we don't need to go through Investigator and Enterprise. We can just show you all the features available. So as you can see, there's already more features available to you just under the folder selection. One, you have the include hidden system folders, and then two, you have the include unpurged folder. So the include unpurged folder, include hidden system folders is relating to the source format that I've selected. So I'm currently have PST file selected, and I'm not using Outlook to process this PST file. So these two options are available. So you have these options for the folder selection that are available. Next, you have the post-acquisition filtering. I'm just going to process all here, and I'm just going to close this. So next, you have the post-acquisition filtering. So we have the first option, which we call the basic search. Again, you can skip duplicates, skip unpurged mail. If you have a certain date criteria, you can select that. If there's a specific date or within a certain date range, so say you want to go between 2022 and 2023, any emails, Aid4Mail will then use that as the time period, and it would search for only emails in that time frame. And then under the basic search, we also have the search list option, and here's where you can create a search list, edit one. So if we add a search list, we can say, okay, I want to find any emails with cat or dog or mouse within 3 words of elephant, and you can then save that. We'll save as search list 2, close that, and then you have your search list here. You can select. If you want to edit it, you can edit it, and those are the different options under the basic search. Next, we have the search query. So it already added the date filter because I'd added it here, so it automatically does that for you if you switch between them. But if I wanted to get rid of this, with a search query, you can then create your own query using the Boolean operators. I have a little example. We won't go into much detail, but as you can see here, I'm using some different operators that we have available to you, as well as the Boolean operator and or here. So this participants is found under the assistant. So under the assistant, if you click open assistant, you can then look through all the different operators and search terms we have here. So the common ones, here we have different senders, recipients, and here's the participants. So that would mean that anybody in the to, from, CC, BCC fields, Aid4Mail would only search those in the header. You have different sections you can select, so that this just gives you a lot of different capabilities for pinpointing and really being accurate with where you're searching for certain keywords. And then underneath here, we also have different options with being able to search attachments. So Aid4Mail by default will search email attachments as well as zipped files that contain different files. So if there's a zipped file that is attached to an email, Aid4Mail can go into the zipped file and also search all the files inside of that zip file. Next, for the Investigator and Enterprise, we also have custom script filtering with Python, and we have the AI filtering as well. So I'll quickly just show you some of the other features available to you that aren't under the filtering. So if we go to App AI, this is going to be if you do want to use any of the AI capabilities within Aid4Mail where you add the provider API keys. So you have to bring your own API keys to be able to use whichever model that you're going to use. And we will then just click out of this and we'll go to the project. So under project, we have some different filtering available. We have the stemming available with I have the English language uploaded, but there's many different languages that you can select if you need a different language. If you actually click F1 within Aid4Mail, then you will open up the context-sensitive user guide where you can then find the information that you're looking for. And just enter in stemming under the search tab, click on stemming, and we have we'll give you a definition of stemming, show you some different examples for e-discovery or forensics. And then we have the different dictionaries and where you can download them. So if you need the French stemming dictionary or Spanish, you can download those and use those within Aid4Mail. This goes, again, the same with our next option, which is tokenization. If you click on tokenization, you can then find tokenization, the definition, and how to set up a tokenization list. So here we can click on tokenization words, and here's creating a word list. So we'll just take an example so we can show you. Just going to exit out. So again, here's stemming, and then we have tokenization, and we can add a new list. And here's where we would enter that. And so here we're using these different words so that if we were to search for color, but in the email the word color with the U was in there, Aid4Mail would know that, oh, we should still process that email because we're using this tokenization list that says, if color and color, even though they're spelled differently, we want to make sure that you find those emails. So that's something that you can fully customize and make your own word list. Yeah, exit out of that. Oops. So then next, for additional features with Investigator and Enterprise, you have the AI filtering, classifying, and analyzing features. So again, this is where you'd have to add your own AI API keys, but you would be able to then select whichever model you have entered your keys for, and then you would add your prompt, and then you would tell Aid4Mail if you want to include metadata, text from word process file, documents, and PDFs. And yeah, that just allows you to use AI within Aid4Mail to do lots of different things with filtering or classifying or analyzing emails. So one of the last things I'm going to show you now is I'm just going to exit out of these project settings where we're looking at the different stemming, tokenization, and AI features. And I'm just going to go back to the session settings. And as you can see here, we have the source folder and the post-acquisition, custom script, and AI content filtering. But if we select a source format such as Gmail, we would then be given some additional options under filtering, and one of that would be the native pre-acquisition filtering. So this is something that we would recommend when you're collecting from accounts where you can use pre-acquisition filtering to really speed up the process, especially if you have like a date range or date selection that you need to make. That really helps to speed up the collection of the account. But you can also, of course, add your own search queries as well for pre-acquisition, similar to under the post-acquisition, you having a search query. You can always combine them, so you can have, say, just a date selection. So you need to find emails from 2022 to 2023. Whoops. And then you want to do a basic search post-acquisition, where you want to skip duplicates, and you want to use your search list that you created, and then you could complete that collection. And Aid4Mail would use the native pre-acquisition filtering for the date range, and then the post-acquisition for the search list and skipping duplicates and unpurged mail. So those are some of the basic filtering features available to you in the Aid4Mail Converter, Investigator, and Enterprise licenses. Again, whenever you're using Aid4Mail, always use the F1 to open up the user guide. We've documented everything inside the user guide, and you can do your searches inside there to find the information you need. Please keep watching our videos to find more information on filtering. Have a great day.